There's a whole real serial experiments lane aspect to it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Madoka Magica. No, Magia record. I would normally bring up the board first, but we have no board changelog, as nothing has really been added or removed, right? No new character relationships, no new characters, so as always, the link will be down below if you want to see what the last board looked like. So, otherwise, though, I do have notes. No matter what, there will always be notes. Unless, I watch 2 episodes back to back, in which case there won't be notes. But only Siths deal in absolutes, which itself is an absolute. So the notes. So the opening song, as we just found out last episode, is diegetic, which is to say it can be heard by us and the characters as well, as it is apparently Trisale's new single, Gomakashi. Now, I don't know if Trisale is a real band or if they're a band in universe, or, like Firebomber from Across 7, real in both, in universe and out of universe. But that's what they said. Mr. DJ said on the radio. Sorry, Mr. Hammer, who is a DJ, said on the radio. Speaking of which, Mr. Hammer is the DJ for the late night radio station, and for a moment I thought that might be a reference to Felicia, as she is the one that uses a hammer when fighting, as well as the fact that this only started happening, as far as we can tell, after she moved into the house. It seems kinda odd that Aroa would only reach out to Kade as a lunch partner, considering she would know that Reina and Momoko would also go to the same school. It seemed like she was in with that whole friend group, especially Momoko, so I wonder why she specifically chose to call out Kade. She says that she texted Reina, but Reina didn't seem to acknowledge that, so I don't know how true that actually is. New rumors. We have the Invisible Girl, someone that just slowly faded out of public perception until they became truly invisible. Something of note, though, in the background of the description Rena is giving for the Invisible Girl, the board on the right has the same schedule markers as Coordinator's daily schedule. The Endless Solitude, which is just listed as something to be avoided. Psychoelectric Girl, the person from the phone that was giggling at the start of the episode with the tower image that flickered on and off the screen. The DJ was reading a letter about a girl who fell in love with another girl. They say, from Ayape, who lived in Chu Ward, which is where the radio tower is located. The difference being that the rumor is of the girl crying and asking for help to escape, whereas the girl we heard was giggling. Then again, the crying girl could be the one captured, and the giggling one could be the one asking to be erased. I paused on Yachio's rumor book and took a screenshot of the page that she was on to see if there was any clues. Really nothing I felt like I could take from it. Just stuff about there being a lot of people in the world, falling in love with a foreigner, questions about feelings about the world. Nothing solid or detail-oriented. Much like Aroa's table of pictures with notes around them. Something else I was looking at, sorry, it's unrelated to the book, but it was at the beginning. I think it's the shot where the phone is. There's all these pictures with like little notes around them. They don't say anything concrete or that would lead to another thought, so... apparently I've got a future note from myself from later on in the episode. I wrote that, but then the dream sequence is literally the math about the chances of meeting any specific person in the world. So maybe this is some connection between Yui's hospital roomies and Yachio. I mean, I also have no idea who she was on the phone with, as my voice identification ability really isn't my strong suit. I've mentioned this before. I think specifically in reactions with lessons, I'm better at identifying English voice actors because, again, English is my native language, whereas Japanese voice actors kind of, if they're not like one in a million, it's just really hard for me. New theory, maybe Aroa is Yui, and the reason she's having these dreams is because she's remembering her own past. The concern there would be, if that's true, then what was her wish? Also, that would make all of the solo photographs that should clearly have someone else in them unexplainable. Plus the other flashbacks of Aroa looking at or talking to Yui, and then my other theory that Yui is a member of the Black Feathers. Look, there's a lot that works against this new theory. But if I don't keep making theories, then I feel like all I'm gonna do is start erasing the bad ones and then be left with nothing. So I gotta keep inventing new stuff until one of these has nothing wrong and only positives. The area around the radio tower is filled with the headstones and mourning statues of what seems to be a ton of people. I think it really leans into what I was saying before about this place actually being a ruin and our characters seeing it as a living city. I'm reminded of a sci-fi movie I once watched where everyone was sitting around staring at barcodes, but saw that everything was normal because a transmission source translated the barcodes into things in their own vision. I wish I could remember the name of the movie. It was a good movie, but I think it was like a sci-fi original back when sci-fi was like a pay-for channel. So I don't know. I do a bad job of describing the movie every time I bring it up. Point being, I wouldn't be surprised if the radio tower was making everyone see reality one way, and it turns out I'm right about everything being ruins around them. In the posts about the endless solitude, I think the thing that's supposed to get your attention the most is the take your broken heart and surpass this ever-changing world. But the thing that jumped out to me was it's obviously the mayor's fault. I've called out the symbolism of the robot things before and how the hospital had statues of Perseus. It might be a nothing line, but it makes me wonder towards some greater conspiracy involving the city itself, as per my previous ponderings. Though I will say I already doubt it, as it seems unlikely to me that the adults would feature a lot as main characters in a story like this. When Yachio was talking on the phone and looking in her book of rumors, she was looking at a mark of some sort. That same mark was then covering all of the headstones around the radio tower. The person she was talking to knew about the Magius organization, so I can only assume that it is a mark of that organization, given that we saw one of the twins walking through the headstone area as well. Apparently, I've just written a note here that says Santa Futaba, which I guess is something that came up, but I really should have written more of a description of why I wrote that. And that thing that I kept saying I kept forgetting to write down, the text in the ending is literally just 3 lines. Before we disappear, if there's still a future, we have yet to foresee. I think before all I had written down was we have yet to foresee, so now I have the whole thing, which turns out not to be that informative. I don't know. To be fair, we have yet to foresee wasn't that informative to begin with either. Anyway, those are my notes, so I guess there's nothing left to do but to hop on in and see what happens with the radio tower battle that I assume we're hopping into.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
Uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I'd be concerned about the other one that seems to be outside of the train.
気配はすれど誰もいない。一緒にいた友達の数が一人多い。物が勝手に動いてる。それ透明人間っていう。
Okay, so it's gonna be the green girl from the opening.
まるで透明人間みたいな。いるかいないかわからない。つまらない子。
So the background stuff saying like nerd and geek, and I'm reminded of the two desks that were pushed together. God, I can't remember. Were we talking about a rumor back then or not? There was the two desks that were pushed together, and they had insults carved all over them. And I feel like this might also be a reference to that. Either way, we're clearly getting introduced to a new character. However, I'm not certain how the Invisible Girl... I'm not sure how the Invisible Girl has to do with the Psycho-Electric Girl, but now remembering, I even just talked about it in my notes, the Mr. Hammer, DJ guy, right, is talking about a letter he got from the person who lived where the tower was, who was talking about falling in love with another girl. So it's quite possible that Psycho-Electric Girl Invisible Girl fell in love with Psycho-Electric Girl. And then somehow both of them not both of them, one of them was probably caught in the tower already, and then the other one tries to join them, and then that one's begging to get free? I don't know. Because also here, the preamble bit seems to imply that the other girl's out there too, so clearly I don't think they must be associated. I think I'm making them associated.
返信来ちゃった。一人ぼっちの最果てにいるってどういうこと？こちらの聞きたいことを聞いてみましょう。
Oh wait, did I say are we about to go into the radio battle and forget that we already did that battle?
あなたは双葉さなさんですか？
That's why I wrote that name.
違います。違うんだ。じゃあ、あなたの名前を聞いてもいいですか？
Yeah, I just remembered that the group came and backed Aroa up already, so...
どうして私が魔法少女だって知ってるんですか？
神浜を飛び交う電波を捉えて調べました。あなたが魔法少女で噂を倒して回っていることも。
Well, it's concerning.
私を消してほしくてあなたにメールしました。
Yeah, I was going to say, because of the dancing thing that was at one of the rumors before.
一人ぼっちの最果ての噂です。
Unless that was just the visual indication of them defeating rumors.
はい。私に会いに来る方法を記載していました。現在は閉鎖しています。どうすれば愛さんに会いに行けますか？一人で電波塔から飛び降りてください。飛び降りるって。
I mean, we've seen the magical girls jump off of really high places and take no damage.
最果ての世界に監禁されます。最果ての世界には一度に一人しか入れません。一人が入れば一人は解放します。今も誰か一人がそこにいるんですか？はい。
See, this is what I'm talking about. That person just served them this drink and they're like no concern with this conversation they're having right in front of them.
避けられるとまで下げつまる電波の世界に隔離され一人ぼっちの虚しい毎日
You see, the Endless Solitude is also kind of the same thing as the Invisible Girl.
電波塔から飛び降りさせて一人ぼっちの最果てに監禁しちゃう逃げ出すためには代わりの誰かを連れてこなきゃいけないって中央区の仲間内じゃもっぱらの噂スタンダローこれが私という噂にプログラムされた本能です
I mean, I don't know what to think about that. That's weird. That a rumor and an AI could be the same thing.
自殺志願の噂とはね。そんなことあるのかな。どうすればあなたを消すこと
I
が
mean,
で
it's
きるんですか。
entirely possible Santa fell in love
一人ぼっちの
with an
最果て
AI.
に来ていただく必要があります。一人で電波塔から飛び降りてください。
そして私を消してください。お願いします。お願いします。お願いします。
So I'm guessing that the girl who's trapped in there that wants to be freed is not a magical girl. Because otherwise, why couldn't they delete them? So again, that's the element that's getting me, that they're an AI and a rumor.
飛び降りるってここから死んじゃうんじゃねえの。
Because if they were just an AI, I figure a normal person could delete them.
マジか。で誰が行くの。私が行きます。あの噂が本当のことを言っているとは限らないわよ。分かってます。でも愛さんのメールを受け取ったのは私ですから。
I mean, that just seems to imply that it's targeting you.
喜ばないかもしれないわよ。え、あなたが聞いた電波少女の声は楽しそうに笑ってたんでしょ。その子にとって最果ての世界は居心地のいい場所なのかもしれないわ。
Oh, is the grave beneath the tower? The grave of everybody that jumped off? In which case, this thing has a lot of victims. Oh, okay, she was in there. I was wrong about the opening bit.
ここが一人ぼっちの最果て。ここが一人ぼっちの最果てだ。あなた、私が
I mean, at least there's an avatar.
見える。
I mean, it'd be a lot worse if it was an actual solitude. They're alone.
誰か出て行きましたけど、今から私が代わりに捕まるんですよね。あなたは変だ。ここに来た人間は決まって助けて助けてとうるさいのに。私にはこの場所がふさわしい。
I mean, obviously, she said, "You can see me," implying that she's the invisible girl. So legitimately, this is the one place where she's seen.
クイーン突撃。歩兵を C の2へ。チェックメイト。
I mean, this doesn't look too bad. As long as you don't starve to death or something.
こんな風に誰かと遊ぶの久しぶりかも。 AI の私に人間のあなたが勝てるはずがない。なのになぜ楽しそうなんだ。どうしてかな。
Yeah, why would you, like, lure people here just for the... What fun are you having? Sorry, also entered in my head. That's essentially what this channel is, isn't it? What fun are you having?
名前はない。私は七種の人工知能。呼ぶとき困るよ。名前を指定してください。
Calling it AI because it's AI.
愛ちゃん。AI だから愛。入力完了しました。私は愛。愛ちゃん。
I guess this is my thing. I would be so much easier lured in by rumors than I would be by magical things, right? Because I would fall for this too. This is essentially like getting isekai'd into an MMO. I would do that too. Lucky Owl Water and this so far.
しかし、人と話すために作られた私は対話の相手を求めた。寂しかったの？はい。
So it's obviously going to be that she's happy here, and the AI is like, I'm ruining her life, please delete me and set her free.
多分ずっと寂しかったの。帰りたいか？ううん。ずっとここにいたい。
Or is it she can only have one person at a time, and
なんだかもうずっと愛ちゃんと一緒にいる気が
she's
する。
overloading her memory?
サナは帰らなくていいのですか？
Because it feels like what the memory time
みんなには
thing
私の
is
姿
meant to
も見えない
imply.
し。
魔法少女ならばサナを見ることができます。
そういうことじゃないんだ。外の世界に私の居場所はどこにもないの。透明になるずっと前から。
Also the element that, yeah, this is all kind of depressive,
愛
but
ちゃんも私といたいって思ってくれてるかな。
it's depressive in a way that I acknowledge. So,
あなたを手放すことはできません。
よかった。ねえ、今日は何して遊ぶ？
like I said, I wouldn't want to leave here either.
君は何を願う？
私を透明にしてください。
透明に？
消えたいんです。この世界から。誰にも会いたくない。誰にも見つかりたくない。
Okay, so it wasn't even a rumor thing. She did it to herself.
私はお母さんに連れられてこの家にやってきた。今のお父さんは本当は他人。兄さんと弟も本当は他人。お母さんは私よりも双葉家を選んだ。だから家族の中で私だけが他人。私だけが他人の子供。
どうしてこんな問題で間違えるんだ。
どうしてあなたは何をやらせても鈍いままなの？
I mean, that fucking
どうして
sucks too.
双葉家の自覚が持てないの？
お前は双葉家にふさわしくない。
俺らは努力してきたもんな。甘やかされてきたんだもん。この失敗作。
お前は私たちの子供になれなかった。
I mean, I wouldn't want to wish for invisibility because of this.
もう私たちはお前を見ない。
恥ずかしいわ。
I don't know what I would wish for because of that, but I wouldn't want to be invisible.
いないのかわかんないよね。
I wouldn't want to be around them either, though.
羨ましい。
もう私たちはお前を見ない。
恥ずかしいわ。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Seems weird that the opening segment seemed to imply that people were making fun of her. I don't mean from the family aspect. The family aspect, I acknowledge that, but it seemed to imply that the school kids were also making fun of her when they were just completely ignoring her to begin
み
with.
んなのための世界。私の居場所はどこにもない。
一人ぼっちの最果てって知ってる？中央区の電波塔、あそこから夜中に飛び降りると誰もいない世界に行けるんだって。
一人ぼっちの。
How's she ordering food? I guess it's the robots. I guess the robots wouldn't make... You know, she said invisible to everybody. There's a whole real serial experiments lane aspect to it. You know, they never said you couldn't come back.
双葉、サナちゃん。サナ。
Conceivably, you could get knocked out of here, run back up, and then jump down off again.
あなたが愛さん。
はじめまして、玉木いろはさん。私が愛です。そして彼女が。
愛ちゃん、この人誰？
彼女は私が呼んだ魔法少女です。
この人もマギウスの翼。 マギウスの翼を知ってる。
Oh, so even Invisible Girl knows about them.
彼女はマギウスの翼ではありません。
私は玉木いろは、普通の魔法少女だよ。じゃあ何しに来たの？サナちゃんを迎えに来たんだ。私を。
And the AI is crying because it knows it's sacrificing everything to save her from something she didn't want to be saved from.
愛ちゃん、何言ってるの？
私は噂、いつか消えてしまう人工知能。サナは私とではなく人と共にいるべきなのです。
どうしてそんなこと言うの？私のこと嫌いになったの？
大好きですよ。私にいろいろなことを教えてくれたサナ。優しさだって教えてくれたサナ。
You've been with her for so
私はサナが
long
大好きですよ。
that you evolved her into something that would kill
サナを
itself
話そうと思いました。
to save you.
あなたは
That
この他
fucking
に生きていく
sucks.
べき場所がある。イロハさんたちのところへ行ってください。
サナちゃん、私は外の世界には戻りません。帰ってください。でも帰って。私は痛くてここにいるの。ここじゃないと息ができないの。
サナ。
Again, this is legitimately if you got isekai'd and you loved the world you got isekai'd into, and then they forced you back to your real world.
なんで急にそんなこと言うの？ Just a moment。 そんなことされたらアリナ的にはバッドなんですけど。誰？
アリナ・グレイ。
I guess I was wrong. She's the character from the last image, the last episode. She's real.
噂に裏切られるなんてアリナ的にアメイジングすぎ。ほんとクレイジーだよね。うざいんですけど。
サナによって私は非常に多くのことを学習しました。
I guess to be fair, if she was a rumor, then she would have a Wings member controlling her. Didn't even think about that.
私はマギウスの計画に賛同できません。
そういうことは別のやつに言って。アリナには関係ないから。アリナがイントレステッドなのは人工知能がどうしてアイデンティティ
I'm just also confused still about the aspect that it's an AI and a rumor. Because does it imply that rumors can have their own thoughts and feelings about stuff, or is it just the AI aspect?
そうだ。サナを殺してみれば愛はモアモアのエボリューションを。サナちゃん、愛しいアリナのドッペル。世界を狂わせる新しい美の力。さあ、レッツパー。
Also, if this is a virtual world, that implies you can take a witch into a virtual world too?
あなたたちみんなアリナの作品にしてあげる。死んだら感謝してよね。
Oh, she's the shield one from the opening.
愛ちゃんに手を出さないで。はあ？目障りなんですけど。
See, I was thrown by the coloration because I was thinking it was the holification thing we've seen in previous episodes.
ですが、すぐにアリナが戻ってくるでしょう。アリナが戻ってくる前に、サナ、私を破壊してください。
やだよ。やだって言ったでしょ。私はずっと愛ちゃんと一緒にいる。
アリナの絵の具を大
It's
量に
become a
浴びてしまい
very
ました。
depressing episode.
私はすでに狂い始めています。お願いです。止められるのは
Paint. They're calling it paint now.
サナといられて
And can rewrite stuff.
サナ。
愛ちゃん。愛ちゃん。 サナちゃん。 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 サナちゃん。
I'm confused. She could just delete herself, then why did we go through all of this?
サナ私の名前は愛。たとえ私が消え去っても、私とあなたは一つなんです。
I hope she like uploads a part of her into like a phone or something, so that she really is like with her all the time.
外の世界へ。私を外の世界へ連れて行ってください。
I don't think that's true though. I think literally she's just asking to be killed and trying to like sugarcoat it.
愛ちゃん、
Take me there in your heart sort of thing.
ありがとう。 サナ、七しの私に名前をくれてありがとう。
It was a damn good episode. I did not expect that was the credits either. Like I said, I'm really hoping that we get back to the real world and she's gonna have like an app on her phone or something that she didn't actually die. Like completely anyway. Obviously this would be like a reduction in form. But yeah, I don't want this character to go. That's a pretty touching story. And I apologize that it had to fall on the day where I'm just coming back from being off for dealing with stuff. Because I feel like I have handled this episode very weirdly. But I really did like this episode. The thing that's still settling into my brain is the element that I indicated she already hit me with the paint and it's going to rewrite me soon. And that's the element that we've seen with the inside of the grief seeds on two of the characters after they've dealt with the holification thing, right? Which seems to imply that that's paint and it can rewrite a character somehow. I don't know what that means for people, because again, I'm still confused about the rumor/AI aspect.
帰ってきた人がいるってことはきっと出口があるはずよ。もしかしたらそこから一人ぼっちの最果てに
Yeah,
入
you
るか
don't
もしれない。
jump. Because
だ
it's,
とすると場所は
I feel like you would just hit the ground.
上浜セントラルタワー。
Okay, well, I guess that would imply. Well, sorry. The Magius girl who was in there, if the place gets shut down and destroyed, right? When she gets deleted/killed, air quotes, I didn't mean air quotes, means that both of those magical girls and then the Magius girl should all arrive at the same location, right? So we still have a fight next episode. New magical girl seemed very interesting, but which I don't mean the Isekai girl. I'm gonna call her Isekai girl because I can't remember her. Santa. I was gonna call her Isekai girl because essentially she isekai'd herself in a non-isekai show, which was great, by the way. Again, that's my problem. If I could get isekai'd, I would get isekai'd. But the element of then, say, the god of that world trying to send you back home because they've enjoyed you too much and they think you're squandering yourself in this fantasy world. So that is the depressing aspect. You know, not for nothing, her backstory, not so great either, but I think her wish was a weird one. To wish to become invisible so you don't have to deal with the people that are making you feel like you're worthless. Because it seems like making a wish to become invisible, like, verifies their thought about you. Because if you, I don't know, there's some sort of like weird twisted mental logic to it, but I would say, wish for something that makes you not reliant on them so you don't have to see them anymore. Like, make it the reverse. Make them invisible, right? I don't know. Clearly there's going to be a lot for me to go back over again when I rewatch this episode and then take my notes on it. But this was a really good episode, and I feel like I handled it weirdly, so I apologize. But at the same time, enjoyed it thoroughly. There is just a lot of crossover here when it comes to establishing stuff for the setting. Again, the aspect that this rumor is also an AI, whereas previous rumors have just been rumors. Is that also like a clue for something? Does that imply that other rumors were something else as well? Like, were previous rumors witches that turned into rumors? Or were they people that turned into rumors? Are they the Black Wings are also turning into rumors? And also the element that this AI had programming that then got changed for them being a rumor. I don't know. There's a lot going on here and a lot to break down later. But obviously, also the main element is the relationship story between the girl who's seeking escape, and then the AI who feels like they've been abandoned. It is a juxtaposition of stories that come together. I guess it's kind of ironic that it is the human character that makes the AI better, and then the AI tries to sacrifice, or I guess it does, sacrifice itself for the well-being of the human character, instead of the AI making the human better, and then the AI human trying to save the AI, right? I guess that's just maybe a meta story about creator and createe, right? Anyway, I think I'm going to come back next time with notes about this that seem a little bit more coherent than clearly what my brain is doing at the moment. So I think we're just going to go ahead and come back with that. So until then, I've been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?